Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with NeXeN of the Vast Nexus, and welcome to Let's Play Super Metroid. I'm really setting myself up for failure right now. That's why you're here, right? You want to see me fail? Yeah, no, I knew it. I knew it. It was guaranteed. So, super missile in there. Okay, almost made the wall jump technique work. Okay, just botched it there. Okay. There we go. Finally got the rhythm. I haven't had to use this technique much. And there we go. Up here without the high jump. So no excursions to Norfair. We will have to backtrack when we come back through here, because there's an item we can't possibly get without the power bomb, but apart from that, when you go up there, make sure you have your beam charged. Okay, yep. Need the high jump to get in there too. Or wall jump. Aha. Aha. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. Like I said, poor man's screw attack. There's no true replacement for the might, the awesome power that is the screw attack. Space pirates. At least there's the Bessian space pirates. I don't care much for the ones in Prime. They're not bug enough. They need to be more bug-like. Well, they brought them back in Other M. Don't mention that game to me. Other M. Oh. Yeah, this fight's gonna be tricky without the high jump, but it's not undoable. I have done it before. Come on, Kraid. Get that big dragon butt of yours out here. I shall smite thee with my missiles of power. That's not good. Oh, why? Oh, the claws are worse than the spikes. Just kind of... Oh, God. That's not good. There we go. And it will drop you on the spike, so get some distance. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was a full-blown sequence break. I was not even supposed to be able to get here yet, but I could. And now we have the Varia suit. And Samus's profile will actually look like it makes sense. There we go. There's the, like, floaty bubble shoulders. Honestly, I don't know why she's designed that way. It's fine, but it's like, why she got, like, pontoons for shoulders? Oh, God, come on. Come on. There we go. Yep. Now, if you're wondering why there's a teeny tiny Kraid here, it's a reference to the original Metroid where there was a fake Kraid leading up to the boss battle against the real Kraid. Of course, if you've been watching my Let's Plays, you saw Zero Mission where there was no such thing. That's why I'm here, to provide you all with colorful trivia. Okay, come on. Just gun it. Just get out of there. Oh! Yeah, you guys can just get out of there. I'm out. God, I hate these things. There's only one sure way to get rid of them. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Now, this is one of those rare instances where they hide something in a wall panel that you have to shoot out that they actually indicate that it's there. The rest of them won't. Like I said, the places where some of the power-ups are hidden in this game is devious. They're not as devious to reach. I mean, we're not talking like zero mission levels of crazy Shine Spark stuff. Why am I doing that? I need a super missile. Okay, so now we can go to Norfair and we won't have to come back for a while. We can just stay down there and get all the stuff we need. That might actually streamline this experience for me and for you, the viewing audience. You know, it's weird going from, like, Doom 2 to this, because with Doom 2, I record videos individually and have to do my intro per video. With this, I just splice an intro in to everything, so that's not something I have to do. Little behind-the-scenes spoiling the magic for you. There we go. 5 missiles to open one of those. Yeah, that energy tank probably would have come in handy in the Kraid fight, but we made it work. I've literally played this game already. Literally, already. My god. And I'm bringing it up again, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have to be doing this again. And high jump. I'd just like to know why they look like Hermes boots. I mean, when did Metroid go all, like... Well, is Hermes Greek or Roman? Oh, great. Yeah, I've never been great at making that distinction. Huh. Oh, it's so much easier with the high jump. Power-ups on power-ups. That's what this game is all about. Navigating the map, grabbing the secret stuff that you already know is there, if you've read a walkthrough. I mean, this game has a power-up that lets you... I shouldn't say it lets you, it helps you find everything, but that's only if you want to spend, like, 8 hours scouring the map. Hey, it's better than having to bomb every wall and waiting for one of them to just, like, reveal a block that you didn't know was there. I gotta conserve that health. I'm gonna need it, because the area coming up has a sad tendency of draining me. Okay, this isn't the right section. I gotta deal with this minion. There we go. Oh. Wait, where is it? Notice on the map, there's nothing to indicate the presence of a power-up. Yeah, game developers really hated you on this one. I mean, how would you know it's there? There's not even anything unique about the wall to give it away. Unless you looked at it with the X-ray visor, the item that I mentioned before, you'd have no idea. I hate these things. Spewing their fireballs from their lava. Nobody cares! I think this leads to a save room. Yes, it does. Okay, so... another sequence break. Well, 2, actually. Let's see if I can time this right this time. Like I said, morph ball bombs in this game are much harder to time. Slow and steady wins the race. Try to get your next bomb as close as possible to your previous bomb. My timing got messed up because this idiot made me nervous. I see him going back and forth. It's like all he's got to do is just bump into me, and it's out. So yeah, precise timing here. Rhythm. Don't spam. You find yourself playing this game, and if you have the opportunity, I highly recommend it. It's all about rhythm. Just getting the beat of it. Like music. Or headbanging to music. Okay, we're up here. Took fewer tries than my first attempt at this. That I'm mentioning again. Okay, now do I have to shoot that special panel? Get me out, get me out, get me out. There we go. Little environmental interaction there. I hate this chamber. No. Gleamer! Oh god, are you kidding me? So yeah, there's a missile power-up hidden in that block that I just destroyed trying to take this thing out. Get the blocks back. That is an item that I think is kind of exclusive to this game, a reserve energy tank. Although I can understand why it's exclusive to this game, it's kind of a weird mechanic. Your reserve energy tank cannot be refilled through a traditional energy recharge station. It can only be refilled either at Samus's ship, which offers full replenishment for all items, or by gathering energy from enemies while your typical energy tanks are already full. Reserve tanks can be set to automatic, so that when your energy runs out to 0, they replenish automatically, or set to manual, where you forget to actually activate them and end up dying like an idiot. So, my recommendation, leave them on automatic, that's what they're there for. Another little thing down here, spikes. To give the spikes added menace, they thrust. Look at them thrusting spikes. They're not just going to skewer you, they're going to skewer you repeatedly. I don't know if a bee or a hornet would be a better analogy for that. Ooh, I should not have taken those hits. Okay, actually, I remember last time I did this, there's a room through this door where you can grind for stuff. And getting energy from that room was enormously beneficial. Okay, so, yeah. Yeah. Come on. Give me more. That'll do. I'm not worried about filling up the reserve tank. We should be good. So, the next sequence break we're going to get the wave beam early, because why wait? I mean, I think sequence-wise, you're supposed to get it after Ridley's lair. We're not waiting that long. What would be the point? I want to shoot through walls now. Speaking of Ridley's lair, I believe that's one of the access routes that will lead down to it. Oh, yeah. Go into Morph Ball, Samus. Controls still feel a little wonky. Weirdly, now it's like... Before, it was going into a ball and a crouch too readily. Now it's, like, resisting my trying to do that. At least it makes the wall jumps easier. Now, previously, your entry into these areas would have been possible, but not advised, because without the Varia suit, you see that heat wave effect in the background? These areas will drain your health quite quickly without the Varia suit. But we sequence broke, so we didn't have to come in here until we already had the suit. Okay, I remember this jump giving me a bit of trouble. Alright, there's a missile tank. Now here comes our next sequence break, and it's another one where the wall jump is the way to go. We're going to take damage from spikes on the floor, but that's not a problem. And there we go. And there's the wave beam. We can now shoot through walls. Not quite as, you know, Giga Drill Breaker as the plasma beam that bores through enemies like they're not even there and inflicts extra damage, but it'll do. And then we just drop through, and apart from, like, going to Ridley's lair, we never have to come back here again! Sequence breaking is a marvelous tool, especially when you're trying to avoid your viewing audience stopping watching the videos because they take too long. I've literally heard complaints, that's my feedback. Next, the videos are too long. Make them shorter. I don't know how much shorter than 20 minutes you want. I mean, 10 minutes for a full Let's Play, unless you're doing, like, highlight reels, which I could, but it would kind of make your head spin if you're actually trying to navigate this game. I consider a Metroid Let's Play with 100% completion in the necessary completion time kind of a hybrid between Let's Play and walkthrough, because I am showing you what to do. That's not something you usually get from a Let's Play. It's usually just really messing the game up and screaming at the screen. I'm not naming names again. And we have another one of those devious power-ups up ahead. Hidden in the ceiling, and not even marked on the map. Why God, why? Okay, and the speed booster. This was the first game it was formally introduced in, and since then it has become an icon. Much like the screw attack, but screw attack is OG Metroid. That's been around since the original. Of course, it wasn't nearly as potent before the space jump. Oh no, the lava's rising, whatever will we do? I'm not sure if you, like, lollygag there, if it will eventually overtake you. All I know is that it's so easy just not to have that happen by just barreling through there using the speed booster that why would you even? Okay, now if memory serves, the way out is through here. Yep, that's the door we need to take. One of my major concerns is that the last time I did this, I didn't need to do any backtracking. I had to do a couple of do-overs, but that's par for the course. But I didn't have to do any backtracking, and I'm hoping this time I'll get everything without having to do backtracking again. Because that means more editing. Or making you suffer. I might just opt for the latter. Alright, so now that we have the speed booster, we can go through here and do a thing that we couldn't do before. Outrun these gates. And bore through that, but we want to get the ice beam first. We don't even have the power bombs yet, so we can't even get through there. Once we have the ice beam, it will segue into a long backtracking stint. Better get used to that in a Metroid game, especially because after Fusion, I'm going to be playing Metroid Prime, and Prime is just backpacking for days. Backpacking for days. Yeah, wow. Backtracking for days. It's not a first-person shooter, it's a first-person adventure. Do you shoot stuff? Yeah. Is it from a first-person view? Yeah. Then it's a first-person shooter, Nintendo. Who says first-person shooters can't be family-friendly? Didn't you ever play Chex Quest? I'm not even making that up. Chex Quest. Chex is in the cereal. Look it up. I just feel like freezing enemies in place is not as delightfully visceral as AM2R's having enemies respond to physics and just shatter into a million pieces on contact with the ground. Then again, that is a little too Mortal Kombat for an official Nintendo title. And back up to Brinstar, because this is Norfair. I neglected to mention that, but yeah, This has been Norfair. We're going back to Brinstar. And then Crateria. It's not Chozodia anymore. Was there even a Crateria in Zero Mission? I don't remember. Zoom, zoom, zoom! Nope. These guys are a lot less threatening when they can't just explode their giblets on you and hurt you. And now we can use these guys as our own personal staircase to get back up, since we don't have the space jump yet. Space jump technically was not introduced in this game. That Metroid 2 is owed credit for that one. Same with most of Samus's beam types, to be honest. In fact, I think the only one introduced in this game was the Hyper Beam. Oh no, Charge Beam. So Hyper Beam and Charge Beam were introduced in Super Metroid. Again, some of my viewers who don't get the subtext might be scratching their heads, but we already saw that in the first Metroid remake! My god. I have to keep spelling it out for people. Zero Mission was a remake of the original Metroid. Faithful recreation of the gameplay, significantly updated. What was it updated with? Features from later Metroid titles, Super Metroid in particular. Oh god, no, not the suckers! Ah! Then you got these things. Another reason you get the wave beam. Heh. There we go, yeah, freeze the second one. And our first power bomb. The whole reason we had to come back up here. No need to worry, we won't have to wait long to use it. Secret room! Just for those who decided, I have a new toy, I'm gonna play with it right now. I got a secret for being impatient and greedy. And having the subtlety of brain surgery with a chainsaw. These things will pop up in Metroid Fusion. Just open it, just to get it out of the way. We're gonna get all of our arsenal refilled soon anyway. No reason to use that save room, because we're gonna be going back to our ship. Like I said, this is gonna be a long backtracking run. Hey, more backtracking now means less backtracking later, and we'll be better prepared for the next set of challenges. It's one of the critical points of Metroid. If you're not into that, this might not be the Let's Play for you. This probably isn't even the game for you. In which case, what are you still doing here? You know, if you want some brainless action, I have Let's Play Doom as well. This is a game for a thoughtful gamer. And I believe this is the transition to Crateria. Yep, there's the elevator shaft. Why do these shafts just segue directly into natural environments? I mean, with... Okay, well, this clearly isn't a natural environment. That's the one jarring thing, is that there aren't great transitions between the sort of nature in the world. Well, I say that and immediately here's a transition. We have piping and so forth, but it's cracked and damaged, and it leads into a more technological area. Okay, well, I'll just shut up now. Except I won't, because it's a Let's Play, and that would defeat the whole purpose. So yeah, we're going back to Samus's ship, so that we can do some things, and put ourselves in a good position for the next bit. Zoop. I'm just going to crack that so that it's cracked. So if I remember correctly... There we go. Boop. And we have more power bombs and super missiles. I mentioned that the first time I played this, that nobody heard, because it's not going to air, because it broke me, my spirit, my soul. And another power bomb container. We pick up a lot of these right now. Honestly, I'd rather have the super missiles. Power bombs are of kind of limited utility. There aren't that many enemies you can damage with them. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll clear a room of the normal enemies, but the bosses, they really don't care about power bombs. And Metroid's normal enemies they've never been a particular problem. It's always the bosses. Bosses make you sweat. Okay, so we're gonna take this opportunity to save and replenish everything. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you'll come back for the rest, and as always, fare thee well.